Hello children, let me welcome you to the virtual training center of the Brihan Mumbai Mahanagar Palika. My name is Shraddha Teacher. Children, we are in the middle of the COVID-19 pandemic, isn't it? Because of that, we are not able to go to school, but that doesn't mean that we are going to stop learning. We are going to meet here regularly through the virtual training center to learn many lessons in EVS. So come on, let's go to a lesson in EVS 3. So children, let us continue with the lesson that we were doing last time in standard 4th, EVS 2. We were doing the lesson number 3, Maratha Sardars, the famous house of the Bhosles. So we will first quickly take a look at what all points we have learnt last time in the lesson, and then we will move on to the points that we have to learn in the lesson today. Now, if you want to see a detailed view of what all we have done last time, you can quickly go back to the video also which I have put up, and you can see that video, and then you can come and watch part 2. So once again children, let me tell you, when you're learning history, when you're learning EVS, you are learning about something which has happened a lot many years ago, hundreds of years ago. So if you try to listen to it in the form of a story, you will enjoy it. Okay, so come on, let us continue with our story about the Maratha Sardars, and particularly we will talk about the famous house of the Bhosles. But before that, let us take a look at what we learned in the previous video, like I just said. So we talked about the saints. Okay, we connected it to the things we learned in lesson number 2, and we talked about the saints and how they preached devotion to God. And then we saw that because of this preaching which was done by the saints, there was a tradition of bravery which was started among the Maratha Sardars. The Maratha Sardars, they were already a very, very brave lot. Then we talked about the kings of those times, that is the rulers of Maharashtra in those times. So we had the Adil Shah of Bijapur, and we had the Nizam Shah of Ahmednagar. So these were the two kings who were ruling over Maharashtra, and they were constantly at war also with each other. So what did they do? They used to make use of the armies of the Maratha Sardars. Okay, so they did not have an army which was big enough. So sometimes they used to make use of the armies of the Maratha Sardars also in order to go to war with each other. And therefore, there were many famous Maratha Sardars at the courts of Ahmednagar and Bijapur. Now these Maratha Sardars, they used to fight fearlessly and loyally for their masters, and in return the masters or the sultans used to make him a Sardar, or they used to give him a Jagir. Okay, and such a Sardar who had a Jagir with him used to be considered as a Raja or as a king himself. So there were many famous Maratha Sardars at the court of Ahmednagar and Bijapur, and we took a look at some of them. Okay, we talked about the Jadhavs who hailed from Sindhkhed. We talked about the Nimbalkars who were from Fulton. Then from Javali we had the Mores. From Mudhol we had the Ghorpades, and of course we had the Bhosles who we are talking about now. And the Bhosles were from a part of the state called as Verul. We also talked about the Krishneshwar temple near Verul and how it was falling to pieces, and who was the person who came and who restored this temple. It was Maloji Raje Bhosle. Okay, and then we took a look at the Bhosle family tree. Now, who was the head of the Bhosles, or who was the, you can say, the most eldest ancestors of the Bhosle that we know of? So it was Babaji Raje Bhosle. He was the Patil of Verul. That is why we say the Bhosles of Verul. And then we just now talked about the Krishneshwar temple. So who was the person who restored the Krishneshwar temple? It was Babaji Raje Bhosle's elder son, and he was called Maloji Bhosle. Now Babaji Raje Bhosle, the Patil of Verul, he also had another son, a younger son called Vithoji Raje Bhosle. Okay, and Maloji Raje Bhosle, he had again two sons. That is the next generation of the Bhosles after Babaji and Maloji. We had Shahaji Raje and Sharif Ji Raje. And the entire book that we are reading today is called Shiva Chhatrapati. Okay, and Shiva Chhatrapati is no one else but Chhatrapati Shivaji Maharaj, who was the son of Shahaji Bhosle. So, we will be learning about the life and times of Chhatrapati Shivaji Maharaj in this entire course book or the textbook that you are going to study this year. So, this is how the ancestors, or this is the family tree of the Bhosles, you can say, up to Chhatrapati Shivaji Maharaj. Okay. Then we also saw how the Shah, he conferred on Maloji Raje the Jagir of Pune and the Supe Parganas. So this is the place which Shahaji Raje was, Maloji Raje was given as a gift, or it was given as a Jagir. Okay, and there hence he almost became, you can say, like the Raja of this place, the Raja of Pune and the Supe Parganas. Okay, so this was about the story so far. And Maloji Raje was then serving the Nizam Shah. And we also saw how Nizam Shah was attacked by the Sultan of Delhi. And at that time we also saw how Malik Ambar was the chief minister, or he was the wazir of Nizam Shah, and how he was the person who brought into the notice of the Shah these two very brave brothers, that is Maloji and Vithoji. And later on, Maloji and Vithoji, they started working for the Sultan, and later on we saw that in this, up to this part, we saw how the Shah, that is the Nizam Shah, how he conferred the Jagir of Pune and Supe Parganas on Maloji Raje. Okay, now let us take the story forward from here. So now we have Maloji Raje's wife. Her name was Uma Devi. So she was Maloji Raje's wife. Okay, and then you will see that Maloji Raje, he was killed in a battle at Indapur. So there was a battle of Indapur which happened, in which Maloji Raje was killed in the battle. And we saw that Maloji Raje had two sons, isn't it? The elder one was Shahaji and the younger one was Sharif Ji. Now children, in the olden times, it was the elder son who used to inherit all that the father had. But then now these sons were very young, isn't it? And therefore they could not look after the Jagir. They were not old enough to look after Maloji Raje's Jagir. Maloji Raje was given the Jagir of Pune and Supe Parganas, remember? Now the sons were very young, and therefore Vithoji Raje, that is the brother of Maloji Raje, the younger brother of Maloji Raje, he looked after the children also of Maloji Raje, and he looked after the Jagir also. So he in a way became the Jagirdar, or he became the Raja, because his elder brother had passed away. Maloji Raje had passed away in the battle. So this is how the story comes and stops here. And then we see that Maloji Raje, now he decided, Vithoji Raje decided that now since I am almost like the father to these two boys, that is to these two fellows, he asked for the hand of the daughter of a very famous Jadhav Sardar called as Lakhuji Rao Jadhav. He asked for the hand of Lakhuji Rao Jadhav's daughter in marriage for Shahaji. Now Shahaji was the elder son of Maloji Raje. Okay, and now since Vithoji was looking after them, Vithoji Raje stood in place of his father, and he decided that he will send a proposal in order to get Shahaji Raje married to the daughter of Lakhuji Rao Jadhav. Now who was this daughter of Lakhuji Rao Jadhav? Now Lakhuji Rao Jadhav, immediately he accepted the proposal, and therefore the marriage of Shahaji Raje and Jijabai was celebrated. So, who was this very, very famous and very, very brave daughter of Lakhuji Rao Jadhav? It was none other than Jijabai. And it was Jijabai who went on to, you can say, she was the driving force behind encouraging Shivaji Maharaj in order to establish Swaraj. She was his inspiration. Alright, so there was a very, very, you can say, grand wedding ceremony of Shahaji Raje and Jijabai. And as soon as Shahaji Raje got married, that is, he became, you can say, an adult, and he became responsible enough. What did Nizam Shah do? He transferred the Jagir of Maloji Raje, which Vithoji Raje was taking care of, to Shahaji Raje Bhosle. So now Shahaji Raje Bhosle was actually the rightful owner of the Jagir because it belonged to his father. So as soon as he got married and as soon as he became responsible enough to accept the responsibilities of the Jagir, the Nizam Shah transferred the Jagir to Shahaji Raje Bhosle. So now Shahaji Raje Bhosle, along with his wife Jijabai, they became the rulers of, you can say, Pune and the Supe Parganas. Alright, so this is how the, you can say, the story goes back to how Shivaji Maharaj was born. And then you know how Jijabai became the fortune of the Bhosle family. Why do we say that she became the fortune of the Bhosle family? Because she brought with her a lot of good luck. She brought with her a lot of bravery, you can say, and also she was the person who led the family forward. Okay, it is because of her that we still remember and recognize the work done by Shivaji Maharaj. So Shahaji Raje himself also, he was a very brave and capable man. It is not that he was not brave, he was a very brave man, he was a very capable man, and also he had a lot of respect in the court of Nizam Shah, just like his father Maloji Raje had. And Jijabai, she went on to become the fortune of the Bhosle family. She gave birth to the very, very brave and very, very, you can say, most famous of all the Maratha kings. That is, she gave birth to Shivaji Maharaj. Alright, so Nizam Shah, as I just told you, he transferred to Shahaji Raje the Jagir that he had conferred on Maloji Raje. And then you will see that Shahaji Raje was also a brave and capable man, and the Nizam Shah had a lot of respect for Shahaji Raje also. Just like he respected Maloji Raje, he also had a lot of respect for Shahaji Raje. Now Malik Ambar and Shahaji Raje, they became a pair. So they became a team and they fought bravely in order to save the Nizam Shahi. So there were a lot of threats on the Nizam Shahi again and again, time and again, from the rulers of Delhi. But Malik Ambar and Shahaji Raje, they always ensured, they always made sure that they defeated whatever armies came into forefront for fighting with the Nizam Shahi. And there at that same time, they also fought with the armies of Adil Shah also. Okay, so they defeated whatever army which came into on their side. So you will see that there was this very, very brave, you can say, there was a very fierce battle which took place at a place called Bhatawadi. Okay, so now you will see that Adil Shah of Bijapur and was also looking at finding a very, very brave person. He also wanted some kind of brave Maratha Sardar on his side. For that, what did he do? The Mughal emperor, he also had an eye now on Nizam Shahi. Okay, Adil Shah also had an eye on Nizam Shahi. So now there were two common enemies that Nizam Shah had. One was Adil Shah and the other was the Mughal emperor. So now these two people, they joined their hands, Adil Shah and the Mughal emperor, they joined their hands and they decided to fight against the Nizam Shah. But Malik Ambar and Shahaji Raje, they fought bravely. They did not let the Nizam Shah down. They defeated both the armies. So see how brave these people were. They defeated the army not only of Adil Shah
but also of the Mughal emperor. So they came together, they were combined, they were united, but they could not stand or they could not face Malik Ambar or Shahaji Raje. And this was a battle which took place near a place called as Bhatawadi near Ahmednagar. But in that particular battle, Sharif Ji was killed. Shahaji Raje's brother, or Maloji Raje's younger son, Sharif Ji, he was killed. And Shahaji Raje, he displayed great valor in the battle. Okay, he showed his brave side in the battle, and everywhere he started to be praised as a very, very brave general. So everyone started praising Shahaji Raje. Of course, people were praising Malik Ambar also, but Shahaji Raje got more attention than Malik Ambar. And his reputation was also enhanced. That is, people started respecting him more than they started respecting Malik Ambar. And therefore, now Malik Ambar started feeling jealous of Shahaji Raje. He said, or he thought, that he was the person who was responsible for noticing Shahaji Raje's father and bringing him to the court of Nizam Shah. And see what is happening now? Maloji Raje's son is becoming more famous than him, and therefore he started getting jealous. And because of this jealousy, there was a lot of enmity which developed, bad feeling which developed between the two, between Malik Ambar and Shahaji Raje. And because of this reason, Shahaji Raje left Nizam Shahi and he went and he joined the court of Adil Shah at Bijapur. So imagine, Adil Shah must have become so happy. Why? Because he realized that Shahaji was a really, really brave person. Because Shahaji had defeated his enemies also, his army also, and the army of the Mughal ruler also. So Adil Shah knew how valuable a gem Shahaji Raje was. So as soon as Shahaji Raje left the Nizam Shahi and joined the court of Adil Shah at Bijapur, Adil Shah gave him a lot of respect, and he conferred upon him the title of Sar Lashkar. That is, he made him the chief of his army, because he did not want to lose this person, Shahaji Raje, at any cost. Because he knew that with Shahaji Raje on his side, he could very well crush the Nizam Shahi. Alright, so now this person, Shahaji Raje, he started working as a chief of army for the Adil Shah at Bijapur. But at the same time, there were a lot of changes happening in the Nizam Shahi. Wazir Malik Ambar died, and his son Fateh Khan, he became the Wazir of Nizam Shah. Now, he was not as able, he was not as loyal, he was not as dedicated to the Nizam Shahi as his father was, and therefore, slowly and slowly, the Nizam Shahi started to decline. Okay, he did not work hard enough in order to protect the Nizam Shahi. So during his rule, slowly and slowly, the Nizam Shahi started becoming weaker and weaker. And therefore, at the same time, you will see that there was also again the threat of the Mughal aggression. Now, the Mughal rulers, as soon as they used to notice that a king or a Jagirdar or a Raja had become a little weak, they used to try to take use of the opportunity, and they used to try to defeat that person and bring their kingdom under their rule. So this was a Mughal technique. Now when the Mughal ruler realized that Nizam Shahi had become weak, there was a threat of aggression from the Mughal rulers also. And at this time, the Nizam Shah's mother, she appealed to Shahaji Raje to return to the Nizam Shahi and save it. Okay, and it was of course Shahaji Raje was now working with Adil Shah, but he always remembered that it was the Nizam Shah who had made them the Jagirdars. Okay, the Nizam Shah had conferred the Jagir of Pune and Supe Paraganas on his father Maloji Raje, and that is how the Bhosles had become rich and powerful. So Shahaji Raje was well aware of all this, and therefore he returned to the Nizam Shahi. Upon the word of the mother of the Nizam Shah, he returned to Nizam Shahi and he left Adil Shah. Okay, so here we come to the part of the story where we are talking about the life of Shahaji Raje. Now, when we continue with the lesson, or when we start with a new lesson, or continue with the story next time, we are going to talk about Shivaji's birth. That is the son of Shahaji Raje. Shivaji's birth. We will talk about how he was born, and we will talk about where he was born. Shivaji's childhood we will discuss, and what kind of influence his mother Jijabai had on his childhood. We will also talk about how Shahaji Raje, you can say, worked against the Mughals, and how there was a new Nizam Shahi which was formed. And then we will also talk about Shivaji Maharaj and his mother Jijabai in detail. But that will be in the next lesson. So now we have done this particular lesson. We have talked about the most famous of all the Maratha Sardars, that is the Bhosles. So let us see some exercises which are there in your textbook, children. So come on, let us go to the exercises from the textbook. So you have this first exercise where you have to fill in the blanks by choosing the correct option. So let's see what the question is. Among the famous families, the dash of Verul showed great bravery and enterprise. So who were the Rajas, or who were the Sardars who belonged to Verul? Yes, they were the Bhosles. So the Bhosles of Verul showed great bravery and enterprise. In the second question they ask us, Babaji Raja Bhosle had two sons. One was Maloji and the other one was, yes, the other one was Vithoji. Okay, and Vithoji was a person who actually brought up these two brothers, Shahaji and Sharifji. And then you have the third fill in the blank. Dash was a capable Wazir of Nizam Shah. Who was a capable Wazir of Nizam Shah? Yes, it was Malik Ambar. Alright, then we look at one more question. We will not go into the answer in one sentence questions, etc. We will talk only about these short questions. So write the relationship between Maloji Raje and Vithoji Raje. Who were they? You're supposed to write the relation between them. So Maloji Raje was Vithoji Raje's brother, elder brother in fact. Shahaji Raje and Lakhuji Rao Jadhav. So Lakhuji Rao Jadhav was the father-in-law of Shahaji Raje. Or we can say Shahaji Raje was Lakhuji Raje's son-in-law. So you can take it in any way, okay? But here we are not describing it in a sentence. Then the third one is Shahaji Raje and Sharifji. So who was Sharifji? Sharifji was Shahaji Raje's brother. What about Babaji Raje and Vithoji Raje? How they were related? They were father and son. Okay? Then we move on and we talk about this last exercise that we have for today. Let us match the pairs. So we have Sindh-Khed. So who were the people from Sindh-Khed? They were the Jadavs of Sindh-Khed. Then from Faltan we have the Nimbalkars, and from Javali we have the Mores, and from Mudol we have the Ghorpades. Okay, so this was the lesson for you, lesson number 3 from your EVS 2 textbook, Shiva Chhatrapati. We talked about the various Maratha Sardars in the courts of the two sultans, Adil Shah and Nizam Shah, and we talked about the most famous of them, that is the house of the Bhosles. So now after you finish watching the video, children, I have a few small tasks for you to do. So come on, let me describe to you what the tasks are. But yes, children, before we go to the task, there is one small activity which we are supposed to do. That is, they have asked us to locate places like Ahmednagar, Faltan, Verul, Supe, Pune, etc. on the map of Maharashtra. So come on, let us try to locate 2 places here. So one here we have Ahmednagar, okay, and then here we have Pune. So come on, look and in detail, or look at another map in which you will be able to see all these places. Now this is one map of Maharashtra where we can see the districts, Now if you have to locate Verul, if you have to locate Fulton, you will need another map. So find out on the internet, go to the internet, go to Google, search for a map where you will be able to see these small places also, like Fulton, Verul, Supe, etc. Okay, so this was the last exercise from your textbook, children. So come on, now let's go to the tasks.
So children, now you have watched the video. So after you watch the video now, you will have to complete a few simple tasks. Now you might have watched the video on your computers or your laptops or your mobile phones. Now after you watch the video, what will you do? You will please go to the description box which is given below the video. So what is the description box? See, the description box looks like this. Alright, and after you go to the description box, you will see that there are a few questions there. Now what are these questions about? These questions are about the lesson that we just learned or the video that you just watched. So what will you do? You will think back properly about the lesson and you will try and answer these questions and note down the answers in your notebook if you want. Okay? After that, we have another task waiting. You will also click on the link which you will find in the description box to fill up the Google form. So now what is the Google form, children? It is nothing but a simple form. There are a few simple questions there about the video which you just saw and also about yourself. So these are the tasks now that you will have to complete after you watch each video. So children, wasn't that a very interesting lesson? I'm sure you learnt a lot of new things in this lesson. If you have liked this video, please hit the like button and also subscribe to my video so that you will get to see all the videos which I keep posting regularly.